Welcome back to Great Day Washington. The women of Loudoun County are shining the spotlight on women and girls who have made transformational contributions across business, education, healthcare, social services, the arts, and more. Here to tell us about the upcoming induction of the 2025 Loudoun Women's Hall of Fame is Stacey Metcalfe, a board member of the Loudoun Coalition on Women and Girls. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
And thank you so much for having us.
Of course.
Allowing me to talk about this wonderful event.
It's a wonderful event and a wonderful organization. Tell us more about the organization.
Okay, so the Loudoun Coalition on Women and Girls, which for short we call LCWAG, was established to really promote the development of, leadership and also to foster an inclusive community for the women and girls in Loudoun County. And we do that through education, we do that through collaboration and empowerment. And we have some signature programs, the Women Empower, the Girl Empower, and also the Loudoun Women's Hall of Fame. And that was established in 2023 to shine a really bright light on those women that were doing really impactful work in Loudoun County. In fact, so impactful that they were really shaping Loudoun County's past, present, and future. So the mission, or I guess the goal of this event, is really to shine a spotlight on these women, share their stories of leadership, of courage, of, again, everything that they've done to really help Loudoun, in not only to honor them, but in hopes of inspiring other leaders to step up and, in our case, help us lift women and girls up to higher, achievements.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there are so many women doing so many wonderful things in Loudoun County. I'm sure other counties can say the same, but I'm from Loudoun, so I know, I've seen it. How are the nominees selected?
So it's really interesting. So the nominees are kind of chosen based on their impact and the work that they're doing in the community by the community. So they include women from nonprofit organizations, from volunteer leaders, those women who are working in our school systems with children, entrepreneurs, and they are again chosen by the community. So that means that other people in the community are seeing them and seeing their work. So they should feel really proud that they're even a nominee, because that's important.
Could you tell us a little bit about this year's nominees?
Sure. So I can tell you that there are 17 nominees.
Okay.
And they are, an excellent and a really inspiring cross-section of women in our community that are true change makers. They are really tackling some tough challenges, and it's interesting because sometimes in the DC region, when you hear Loudoun County, everybody thinks of, economic prosperity and, good quality of life, and all of that is true for some, but not for all. And like other communities, we are really facing some big challenges, and those challenges tend to really impact women and girls and their families. So these women are the ones that are, really stepping up, and they're being those like bold leadership. They are really, kind of driving all of us to really be better in our community.
Bold leadership, that's a great word, because you're right, they're making so many strides. Now, what makes this induction ceremony so special, and how can people get involved?
Okay, so first, how can people get involved? Come to the ceremony. It's going to be held on May 13th. It's a luncheon, and it's at River Creek Club in Leesburg, Virginia. Tickets are still available, and also sponsorship opportunities, and you can go to LCWAG.org to learn more about that, and also to learn more about the nominees, so you can kind of see who they are.
Great.
But what makes it so special is that it's magical, because in the room are the nominees, their families, the supporters, the sponsors, ticket holders. Everybody in the room is there to really see these women and to hear these stories. And they're here to really see who gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it's a subset of the nominees that get inducted.
I see.
So there's like some suspense in the room.
I see. Okay.
But what's also, like last, in 2023, I was, because this happens every 2 years, I was an MC. And what I saw looking out into the audience was that every time I announced a woman who was going to get inducted in the Hall of Fame, the whole audience erupted. Everybody was so excited. And even those nominees who didn't get in, everybody was cheering everyone on.
Women supporting women. That's what it's all about. Thank you so much. To learn more, to get involved, or to attend the ceremony on May 13th, visit LCWAG.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.